Hello, hello, friends. We are here live on Wednesday, April 5th, 2023, and we are here for the daily transmission. Y'all, I literally had a dream last night that I had that whole thing come out. Actually, in my dream, I had so many things to say that I just jumped straight into it. I went live and started pouring out of me all of the astrological things that were going on. And it was like 5 or 6 minutes before I finally was like, oh, right. And by the way, we're here for the daily transmission. And as I open up the celestial events for the day and look at what it is that we are, I don't like using the term dealing with, but kind of, there is a lot to say. So it's like my dream self absolutely knew that today was going to be a jam-packed transmission. If you are the kind of person who likes to take notes or look at your chart while you are listening along, you might want to catch the replay, or maybe you already are. Hello, you in the future. Say hello when you arrive. And pull over, fam, because we got a lot to look at today. And in fact, if you have the opportunity to pull this open on YouTube or on Twitch or on Spotify, there is a video version and you can follow along. But of course, I will do colorful narration as always. So excuse me. So let's open up the celestial events for the day. Y'all, we have so much going on. So first of all, it is the full moon. I'm sure if you were out last night at all, you saw it. Yesterday, I was supposed to write my Libra full moon post. It is coming. This will be probably verbally dictating it. And then I'll write it from here because I've got a sick partner, taking care of him while I am stepping up and doing the full-time, everything duties. So there's, only so much time in the day, only so much energy to give. And honestly, I feel like that's a really good way of looking at what it is that we are here to talk about, which is the Libra full moon. In fact, at a certain point last night, my daughter wanted more of my energy and attention. And it was coming to close to 9 o'clock. It was already, close to a half hour past her bedtime. And we had spent quite a bit of time together yesterday. So it's not we'd spent no time together, but it was almost 9 o'clock. I still hadn't eaten dinner and I have a talk to give on Saturday. He's sick. There is no way I can get sick. So I have to really take care of myself right now, even though every part of me wants to not care and snuggle with him and give him hugs and be right next to him. I really just cannot do that right now. I'm giving him as much support as I possibly can, but I have to take care of myself. And that's what I told my daughter last night when she was asking for more of my attention, well past her bedtime, is, I love you so much. You are absolutely allowed to ask for my attention, but I have got to take care of myself right now. And with the full moon in Libra, without even looking at your own chart, full moon in Libra, this means we've got the sun in opposition to Libra, right? Sun in Aries. So what this is it's a moment of releasing, right? We've got new moons for setting intentions. We have full moons for releasing. In fact, you could look back at the last Libra new moon and say to yourself, what is it that I have, what seeds have I planted? What have I been nurturing when it comes to creating mutually beneficial partnerships and creating harmony, creating compromises, especially with the people that we have shared values and shared vision and that we're creating something with together, like a romantic partner, like a business partner. That is the energy of Libra. Now, with the sun being in opposition to this and us having a full moon, this is a time of releasing. And so, and maybe not even releasing, but reflection, releasing. Where are you doing too much, right? Whether that's imbalancing the scales, doing too much for yourself, realizing you're not giving what you should be to emotionally nurture those relationships. But it may also feel like, wow, there's such an imbalance. Like I'm doing so much and I'm really not getting anything in return, or I'm not getting, it doesn't always have to be equal. And this is so important. Equality is not equity, right? Equity is like what you need for you right now. You should be able to have that, right? We should be able to create systems and tools and processes or whatever. So in this instance, equity right now is him doing nothing and laying in bed and me taking everything because he has nothing to give. That would be ridiculous for me to ask him to get up and like do dishes or something right now, or like go pick up my daughter from school. That's ridiculous. He has a fever. He needs to stay in bed until he gets well. If anything, I can go in there and like draw him a bath. Okay. But what does that mean? That means that I'm going to need to step up, take extra care of myself, and maybe deprioritize things that just aren't as important. And so that is a big part of the like basics of this full moon experience. Now, without even going into, again, I'll apply that to your specific chart. Like, how does this apply to me in just a minute? But I do want to make note of two very important things that are going on at the same time. So we have the sun in direct conjunction with Chiron today. Let me repeat that. We have the sun in direct conjunction with Chiron today. And we have a full moon in Libra. Now, the full moon is like, depending on where you are in the world, like it's a little after midnight for me tonight. So like on the west coast of the United States, it'll be around 9 p.m. tonight. Obviously like on the other side of us, right, going like to Europe and beyond, it's going to be more like tomorrow. Today, what is time? Who even cares? But I hear everything that I just said about camaraderie, and not even camaraderie, but like compromise and shared values, shared vision, harmony within those partnerships. And then we have the sun in conjunction with Chiron. Obviously, that means that Chiron is in direct opposition to our full moon as well. So what does this mean? This is, I'm going to give a talk about Chiron on Saturday. Yeah, the Chiron conjunction, a Chiron conjunction with the sun, right? So we've got Chiron Cazimi. That means it's like conjunct with the sun. And so it's like sensitivities are high. I was thinking about this even early, like last year when I was talking about the transits of the year, how interesting it is that we have a sun Chiron conjunction at the same time that we have the full moon in Libra, because the full moon in Libra is already asking us to take a look at how we are in our long-term partnerships and in our relationships. And especially, like I said, those long-term mutually beneficial partnerships like marriage, like business partners. And so this is a day where you may feel triggered, or you may feel like vulnerable or weak. You may get an opportunity to heal something really big today when it comes to those long-term partnerships, but you're going to have to open up about it. You're going to have to allow yourself to be vulnerable. You're going to have to actually like come to the table to get fed, right? And so now, okay, we've got those two things going on. I'm only going to add one more into this because I don't want to overwhelm you, but we also have Mercury in conjunction with North Node today. So what does that mean? That means that intellectually, verbally, like our communication is at an all-time high. And really, I love this for what it is, but I also have my 6th house ruled by Scorpio and an 8th house stellium. And I'm like, sure, bring on the transformation. Like bring on the change, like with change comes healing. And so this is a place where I'm very comfortable, but if you are uncomfortable with change, if you are uncomfortable with being transparent with people, if you are uncomfortable getting into like a vulnerable place so that you can grow, I don't want you to like miss the boat on this opportunity. Like, I do not want you to miss this cosmic window, because not that like whatever. Every opportunity is an opportunity to be vulnerable and to be, you know, real with each other. But like, you know, this is an astrological moment that you can, it's almost like maybe you're ready for that at any given time, but maybe like everyone's ready for that right now. Like, and so this is a good opportunity to take advantage of that so that, you know, you can know that we're all sort of in the same place right now. Actually, there was someone in my yoga class this morning. We were walking into yoga and we are talking about astrology just because she asked me like what I do, blah, 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 whatever. And we have a class at our yoga studio on Saturdays at 11 that is kind of astrologically driven, right? One of our camp yoga teachers, she's also an astrologer. And so the person I was talking to, she was saying how interesting she finds that class and that it's starting to get her a little bit more into astrology because it doesn't matter like who it is that's in the class. The teacher, when she's talking about this astrology, like everyone sort of is like, wow, yes, like I have been feeling that. Like, yes, I am on the same page right now. It's like the weather, you know, it's like, you know, that when you talk to the people around you, like we're all like hot out today, right? Like, like full moon in Libra today, huh? You know? And so while I do believe that it is always a great opportunity to open ourselves up to being honest and being transparent and being vulnerable with one another, this is a really, really great opportunity to do that with the people that you are in partnership with, because while you may be on that page, they are also on that page right now. So what I want to do is open up my own chart just for the sake of demonstration. And again, if you want to follow along visually, you can hop over to twitch.tv/Mama Capricorn with an underscore at the end. Or if you are on the replay, then you're probably already watching it. But if you're on Instagram watching the replay, then it's on YouTube or Spotify. I'm gonna pop this down to whole signs just so that we can have some ease and pop open the transits. So the reason I'm doing this is that I want to be able to show you where, like what this looks like in your chart. Now, later today on Substack, and this is a pinky promise, I will be posting my full moon in Libra post. And in that, for the paid subscribers, there will be like a reflection intention for you to maybe journal on or think about for your rising sign. And so for the Gemini rising, this axis is going to be the 5th and 11th houses. So what does this mean? This is very much about, I call like the 5th house, the house of fun, friends, and flings, like romance and joy and just having a good ass time, right? Because it's the house of Leo. And so then the 11th house is the house of, if the 5th house is your friends, then the 11th house would be your comrades, your allies, the people that you want to build community with, that again, you have a shared vision, shared core values, and you want to move, create together to build something. Actually, I wasn't really going to talk about this, but I do think that it's important to mention. So this Sun Chiron conjunction that's happening right now, this has just shifted into the 51st gene key. So this is the way of initiative. What did I say? This is a moment to take initiative, to maybe do the thing, to take the first step. If you're holding your breath, waiting for the other person to say something, exhale, inhale, and speak your fucking truth. Open your mouth, say something. However, be mindful about the way that you're saying it, because the 51st gene key, this is from agitation to awakening. And the dilemma that we experience here is harshness. Okay. So when we are here reflecting on the relationships that we have, and so for the Gemini rising, for me, this is going to be like friendships versus, or just like fun, whatever. How can I bring more fun into my community, into my like vision of the future and the community that I want to build around that? And how can I bring that even into like more personal stuff? Can I be more personal with them? Is that like something I should be thinking about? Or maybe I need to be less personal with them. This is like where I need to be doing my meditations. But what I do know is that when it comes to me speaking my truth, when it comes to me being clear about my boundaries, being clear about what I am and am not available for, that harshness, right? That me being agitated, me being harsh, this is not the move, right? That if I don't like something, and this is like, I mean, we just keep circling back around to this message. If we don't like something, the answer is not to like look at it harder and fix it, right? The answer is not like, I love this. At the shadow level, we do one of two things. We either turn and run, distracting ourselves and diving back into denial in some way, thus repressing the pattern. And this is my purpose gene key. So this is a particularly like big one. I will definitely write a whole post on this and expand on 51. I just think that it's relevant with the sun being in conjunction with Chiron on a full moon, and that this is all happening, highlighting the 51st gene key. Because with that being the case, first of all, with that being the case, that also means the moon is in 57, which is intuition. Maybe that's something that I'll expand on in the Libra full moon post. We try to correct or fix the pattern. We tense up, start trying to resolve it. Oh no, listen what it's about to read me. Maybe we go to therapy, try yoga, meditate even harder. And it is about the tendency that we feel to try to fix discomfort or fix pain. And really, this is like being at the victim level of your own shadows. Like you are your own victim. And either we attack or we can step back and observe and try to create better solutions. And that's where initiative comes into play, right? I am not going to go outside my daughter's school with signs screaming about gun laws or gun control, because all that's going to do is piss everyone off. And I live in Florida, so guaranteed it will piss everyone off, and it's not doing anything for me. I'm not creating a solution. All I'm doing is bitching about something. No offense. Like, I understand, like, there is a time and place for protest. Okay. But if we are going to protest something, we need to have demands and we need to have solutions. What do you want to create? I want to create more mindfulness. I want to create more peace. I want to create a community of people who feel safe and secure with one another, who feel safe and secure with themselves, who feel safe and secure expressing themselves. Oh my gosh, I'm talking about it. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing my 5th to 11th, right? Like, that is what I want. I want people to feel like they can be, like they can have fun, like they can be themselves, fully themselves, who they are, fully express. That's 5th house fucking energy. And that is how they can be at their best in the community. Like, that is what you can do. If you want to be of service, if you want to be of high service, be yourself. Everyone else is fucking taken. And that's why it feels so uncomfortable when you're trying to live according to other people's rules and standards and boundaries and visions and priorities. And it's, you're wearing a fucking costume. Take it off, dude. Like, Be you. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that I went here and had this conversation with you today. Y'all, what a great day. I hope that you are recognizing all that you have to give. I hope that you are recognizing all that you need to do for yourself in order to give. I hope that you are recognizing what it is that's important to you, what your core values are, because that is what it is that you need to tap into to find the community and to find the people and to attract the people. Fuck finding them, to just stumble upon them. Listen, y'all, yesterday I was not anywhere that I normally am. Like normally at like noon, I would be here working or writing or so, like I'm at home. Yesterday, I just, everything was different. Everything was off. I felt just like stagnant here and I knew I needed to do stuff for him. And so I just like closed my computer and got up and I went and I started running errands and like doing stuff that needed to get done. And I found myself at a Whole Foods, which I normally would never even be at that. I think I've walked into that Whole Foods. I could count it on my two hands how many times I've walked into that Whole Foods. It's just not my normal routine. And walked in, boom, like the first person that I see walking into this Whole Foods, it is the chiropractor, like the functional medicine person who just taught us everything at YTT this weekend. And let me be clear, that is like 30 plus miles away. It's across a bridge. It's like in another city. So he's not normally like, he doesn't live here. This is not his normal grocery store. And that's sort of the shit that I mean, y'all. Like when you are fully expressed, when you are not trying to control everything all the time, when you are understanding your energy, who you're here for, what your core values are, it's less about trying to figure it out and figure out where they are and just sort of like listening to yourself and going and doing what it is you need to do right now. And you will like run into people, you will find yourself. Don't miss those opportunities either. I made sure I stopped and like I gave him, we gave each other a hug and, we almost like, it was sort of this awkward, like, we don't really know each other, this awkward like exchange where it's like, okay, well, it was great to see you. And then I thought to myself, like, no, like you saw him for a reason, like stop. And I didn't know what else to say, but just to like, again, I knew I had said thank you maybe over the weekend, like, thank you so much for your time or, but I really did not expect to get as much out of this weekend as I did, or I expected to get like the knowledge, but I'm not necessarily like lit up by like muscles and bones and like the mechanism of the vehicle. So I didn't think that I was going to be as excited about this particular weekend. I knew philosophy weekend I'd be into. I know I'm going to be into mantra weekend, and things like that. But I was very inspired. I wrote so many notes. And so I stopped him again. I was like, no, wait. Let me tell you just how much I appreciate your time and your passion and your energy and all that it took for you to compile all of this information and to share that with us. It meant a lot. And so that is, maybe you don't even know what to say in those moments when you just happen to run into people, when you're just divinely guided and you find yourself in that situation where you are, with the people who have the same values or in the same community. And it's okay if you don't know what to say. Don't worry about it. Don't overthink it. Like, we're all just like, we all have social anxiety. I think that even people who are like social creatures, they overthink their shit too. Don't get it twisted. They overthink, they replay conversations in their head. I don't believe that there is a person in the world who is 100% confident all the time and like really means it. So just like, don't worry about it. And if you say something stupid and the person, like, honestly, if you say something stupid and the person is like not your people, you're probably never gonna like hear from them or see them again. So don't worry about it. Like, be courageous enough to take advantage of the moment, take initiative. Y'all, happy full moon in Libra. Happy Chiron Kazemi. I hope that you do take advantage of this day and be soft with yourself, because there may be tumultuous moments. Who knows? I hope not. I hope all the best for you. I hope that everything is amazing. And that this is a beautiful day full of healing and beautiful things and amazing decisions and wonderful connections and divine blessings. I really just hope all the best for you. So I will see you tomorrow for the next transmission. Make sure you're subscribed to my Substack for the full moon in Libra post that is coming later today. And if you are a paid subscriber, you will get the bonus content according to your rising sign. So link is in my bio and in all of the other places. And I will catch you tomorrow for the Thursday transmission. Bye, friends.